welcome to today's episode. Today we're going to be talking all things love languages. I think it's my favorite topic because it basically just teaches you how you need to love your partner. And that's what makes marriage work. I think it's a big part of making marriage work. So we are joined by our lovely friends who are also pastors. Are you guys pastors?
Yes.
Yeah, you are our favorite pastors. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that. But before we go into the juicy part of the conversation, please tell us who you are. Where did you guys meet? And when did you get married? We just want to know you.
Okay. Thank you so much for having us, the Msuos. We really appreciate it. We are the Kokelas, based in Cullinan, Pretoria. We got married in 2015. Yeah, so she's...
Wait, it's been how many years now?
8.
That should be
guys, we have experts.
So
we are here to learn.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
They say that 8 is a number of grace, and I think
Yeah.
it has taken grace for us to really stay together beyond
True.
what we've done and what we didn't do. Yeah. So we are based in Cullinan, and we have 3. Yeah, I was
Why
saying
did you
dates and
almost
numbers, that's
Is
a
it that
thing.
bad?
Yeah, I always go to her.
How many kids do you
Zoe's
have?
birthday, when is it?
Oh.
Togosisi's. And she gets so irritated with that. But anyway, we have 3. Our firstborn is Zoe, who is 6. It's a daughter. And then our son came a year later, who is Umtogozisi. And then our last born is Umeloguhle, who came, I think, 5 years later. At least this time the gap was quite...
You guys waited.
So 5 years later. So thank you.
Oh, nice. How did you meet? At church?
Okay, so how did we meet? So he was my brother's friend.
Wow.
Okay.
But he came at my house years later. I think we used to stay next
in
to
Cullinan.
in
Oh, next to
Cullinan
each other.
together, and then we moved to Mamelodi and then left him there. And then after years, he came back, met with my brothers, and they went to a men's conference. And then he came back home with my brothers, and then I was like, I told my
Who's
mom,
this guy? It
It's the
looks
men's
like
conference. The men's conference.
like the smiles. My mom was like, what is happening with
Yeah.
you? I'm like, look, mom, I don't know, but this guy.
I think women know. Like
Yeah.
I said it in one of the episodes that when Joe asked me out, I was like, I love you too.
Yeah.
Then he was like, wait, are you not gonna take 60 days to play? And I'm like, no, you are mine.
You already know, Jay, from the word-go.
Yes, exactly.
I think we are the slow ones. Or I was the slow one.
Really?
Because
You took time.
It took forever. And I used to call her my sister, and she says that irritated her.
Were you that pasta vele?
I was. I mean, Adam was asleep. So I was asleep. I woke up. So I don't know how many months later.
To understand, it's okay to
This
call a
is it.
sweetheart.
Yeah.
It's okay to call a, okay, that's nice. Okay, cool. Going into the topic, I think we're relaxed now.
Sure.
So, I'm gonna read. I've got my phone here because I wanna read like the 5 common love language or famous love languages that are there. They're written in. There's a book called 5 Love Languages. Have you guys read the book? You
I'm
haven't.
not sure if we read the book or we just took the assessments.
You took the assessment.
Yeah.
We took the assessments during marriage counseling and marriage class that is ongoing in church. But the book we tried to read it together. Let me actually share, Joe. It's something that happened that is very funny. I'm I'm gonna put you under the bus. We tried to read the book, and I was the one. Like, I think when we were planning to have Ruba, we were changing things around, and I think I was overdoing a bit.
Yeah.
So, cause even with the car, I was like, we need to change tires so that when Ruba comes and the windscreen, we had a little bit cracked windscreen that didn't bother me until we decided we're gonna have Ruba. So then applied to books. Really, we need to establish a reading culture in our home. Let's start with the 5 love languages. Cause Barry, when you just got married, you need to learn each other's love languages. Every time we read that book, I could tell her, I was thinking, Joe is not. And then on the days I'm a bit moody, you know, you're not always like rosy in marriage. So on the days I'm moody, you go like, baby, do you want us to read the book? Because he knows that's going to make me happy. So my mood will change. Then we try to read together. When we're halfway the book, I just hear, he just wanted to make sure I'm smiling again. So that was the book. So we never got to read the book. But anyway, I'm gonna share the 5 love languages. The first one is words of affirmation, and then the second one is acts of service, and the third one is receiving of gifts, and quality time and physical touch. So I wanna like ask you guys, Hore, how did you discover each other's love languages? What did you learn it the hard way? Did you first get it wrong in order for you guys to get it right, or what happened? Because I know a lot of people say, yo, I got it wrong. I used to think every time I buy my husband gifts, I see this person is not giving me the response I'm looking for, only to find that it's not their love language. That's not how they feel loved. So tell us your journey of discovering that.
Okay. Sure. For me, I think we got it all wrong in the beginning. Because Mina, when I got married, you know, Esonto will take you as a makoti and then teach you must cook for your man, must clean the house, you must do the dishes and all that. So I came with that mindset that I have to cook for my husband, I have to clean the house, the kids must be always clean. And I thought he would love that. And actually, that's what I loved. You know, when I cooked a good meal, I'm like, you know, I'm a good wife to my husband. But only to find out, Vusi, that's not his love language. And I didn't understand why, because like I'm putting all the energy, you know. So, but later, and then I'm like, no, man. No. This is me. This is what I like. But this is not him. Then you get, that's when you learn. Oh, wow.
And did you guys
difficult?
It's always hard because like you feel you are almost like defending yourself because you feel like I'm pouring out so much. I'm loving you, but then like, I still don't feel loved. And you can almost conclude, Hore, this person is so ungrateful. Why would you be so ungrateful? Look at you, I bought you a car. I bought you, can't you? Gifts are not, it's not part of your love language. Even if you buy me Range Rover, you find that I don't even, you know? Okay, and then?
So it was the same even with me. And I think what I realized with us is that each one communicated the language that they wanted to the other person, right? So she wanted me to have service, right? But she gave me that.
Oh, the service, the cookie,
but that's what she wants, for me to help with the kids, you know, help bath, help wash the dishes, and really to serve. But on the other hand, mine are two. I enjoy affection, and I also now and then enjoy gifts, you know. So I would bring something maybe if I go out, and mainly it was food because I also love food, right? And then it would also here and there be words. But for her, then it would be like, words without action. You are talking, but you are not doing. And it's not that words are wrong. It's just that for her,
not her language.
It's not her love language. Now, I wanted words from her as well. You see, we always giving.
But
what
she
we
felt
want.
like I'm already acting. There's no need for me to affirm you with the words.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, for us, we learned it as part of marriage counseling.
Yeah.
At church, the material, they give you like a booklet.
Yeah.
It does cover like finances, 5 love languages, and I think I got that gift from church as well, that book. So it has that, they cover that as well. So when we were having that discussion, we were having it before we got married, because you do the counseling before you say I do. After
Yes.
lobola,
Yeah.
we did it after lobola before.
We did it. No,
January.
wasn't it January?
January, our lobola
Before
was.
lobola.
Yeah, actually, because our leaders will always say, so they wanna teach you so that if you think you still need to take a little bit of time, take a
Makes
little bit of
sense.
time
Makes
before you go in,
Yeah.
you go say I do, you know. So, but we were already excited about getting married at that time. So when we had that discussion, I remember saying to Joe, "Now my love languages is all of them." I also didn't know. He was like, so many.
That time I was confused. Yeah.
We also didn't know what it actually meant. I feel like
Yeah.
it's another thing to read about love languages and to actually live with the person. We all learn in marriage, to be
Yeah.
honest. Ne? And Joe used to buy me flowers, chocolates,
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
And you'll find those flowers dying. Because, like, guys, gifts, it's just not my thing, you know?
Sure.
And then he will be the one to take care of them.
As if he bought for himself.
Even chocolates, he'll be the one eating them. Because
So,
I wouldn't.
At some point, I actually started buying chocolates that I also like.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Same here, you know. Same here, and I think that's where I also realized that maybe there's a bit of selfishness here, because I would buy the things that when I get home I would eat with her. So like, maybe this is just for me, you know, more than it is for you. But at the time you feel like you are doing it for her. So
Ne?
yeah.
And guys, it's a real deal. Like, knowing your partner's love language, it changes everything. Because you can easily just say, I'm not loved in my marriage.
Sure.
And no one wants to be in a loveless marriage. So we really encourage that you be clear on that one. Like, what I'm getting from our experiences is that you don't really assume you know.
Yeah.
Unless you get into marriage and actually start doing life together. Because, like I said, when we started, I felt like they're all sounding good. I was like, it's all of them.
Yeah.
I want gifts.
Yeah.
I want to be affirmed. Act of service, yes. Physical touch, yes.
Yeah.
You know, quality time, yes. You know, until I got married and he started buying me those chocolates and everything, then I felt like, thank
this
you. But they will be in the cupboard. And I wouldn't even touch them, you know. So for me, I feel like Joe's love language is affirmation. Ne?
Yeah.
Does compliment fall under affirmation? Because this one time, I felt, because also that's how he communicates as well. There was a time I even like wrote a status, Kiri, I'm learning a lot from him. This man will say thank you. Like, and I'll go like, wasn't I supposed to do that? It's expected of me to bath the child. Like, I would bath Ruva and go like, wow, thanks, babe. He goes to church early in the morning, and because he is serving in the worship team, ne? So right now we go to the second service since I had Ruba. So when we go there, every time, she looks so good. Thanks, babe. You guys are looking good. So I'm like, okay. At first I used to feel like, duh. Even the food. When I dish out, go, yo, this is good. Thanks, babe. And then until I learned, in this house we thank each other. And then now I think I adapted to that now. I love words of affirmation. If I did a workshop or I was doing something, or even in my work, I love it when he affirmed me to say, you are a master at your work. I love this. And then now that I actually kind of we work together, I kind of work for him. Even when I do things, I do them, got that thing out, I need to give it my best because I know I'm going to get compliments.
Sure.
Yeah, but then this one time also when I learned is you would cut your hair and you come back home and then I just act normal. You're like, and then he was like, when people come with new hairstyles, please say it.
Did I?
Yes. Then I was like, oh, sorry, baby. Who cut your hair? You know. So you're gonna learn like that.
Sure.
I'm giving like our really practical examples of how you're going to find out. It's not going to be like a formal meeting where you guys sit and say, so what's your love language? No, you have to experience it. You have to get it wrong to get it right.
Yeah.
And the key is communicating it with grace and love.
Yeah.
So that's where you're really gonna achieve that.
Yeah.
So how did you learn my love language?
It was tough. Like she said, I thought she wanted everything. It's true. Buy gifts and all that.
Yeah.
But but I only got to learn that, you know what, this person actually, when I started helping her, like all this is actually serving her.
Yeah.
That's when she really,
Feel loved.
she feels loved.
The YouTube.
Cashley, 2 minutes. I put your shit. Rugby shit. I'm like, oh,
I
okay.
actually did.
I also like gifts. Like, I don't show it that I like gifts, but it's so nice when I get them from my wife's place. And you know, just helping her basically. It's act of what?
Act of service.
Yes,
Even the rooibos tea that
yes,
I get moody when you
forgot.
don't bring it in bed.
So every night I have to make a rooibos cup of tea.
Yeah.
Wow.
So sometimes she beats me because I'm busy watching sport. And I'm like, hey.
You hear the kettle call, you're like, she's making it herself.
Not even the kettle. When I see you done with the big cup, she's got a
big
5-liter cup.
That's how much I love
loves
it.
her tea, man.
So that one, you know, that's the one.
Yeah.
So also, you learn to be patient.
Yeah.
Sometimes you make it. Say, now I made some tea. This is the standard procedure. You say, thank you, babe. You get to bed, she just put it on a, what do you call it?
Pedestal. And I don't drink it.
Yeah.
And then in the morning, I'm like, no, but I made tea.
Yeah.
So what
You need to be patient.
I've learned not to complain.
But you know what? I warm it up.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't. Okay, although I love that, I love the act.
Yeah.
It's what made me happy.
And also,
But it doesn't mean maybe sometimes you are thirsty at that time or you want to drink it. Or maybe you find that I will just have juice.
Yeah.
so also still on that cup of tea, where do we make it? When you make it, at first, it should have been too hot, you know. She doesn't want
That's
it.
true.
No, I'm not going to tell you guys because now you will know what she wants.
And they will make it for me.
You know? It's too hot. So then, all of a sudden it changed. No, I like my tea hot. But
Love language has changed.
To back up what she's saying, that love language has changed. It's, you know, now it's all about going out and holidays. So
Into that. I don't know, maybe that is quality time. Because I think life gets busy. And then you realize that I actually miss being your girlfriend or I miss being your boyfriend. Yes, we work together, we do meetings, we strategize, we are parents. So now I think this thing of saying, I desire for us to go out, I desire for us to go on a holiday. It's actually to say my love language now is quality time. Okay, enough about us. Let's go to the Kokela. What is your wife's love language? And
so hey, Mr. Mso, it's like they are cut from the same cloth. You know, the tea story is the same here.
She also loves tea.
I'll also make a cup of tea, ngilete, you know, to her bedside, and then we will fight in the morning. Like, that tea is still there. I'm like, you didn't even drink your tea, you know. But I think it goes back to something that I said earlier about that marriage teaches you to get out of doing things for yourself, because there's a thin line between thinking that you are doing something for someone. Guarantee you either doing it because you want her to say something or to recognize. So at the end of the day, that still comes back to you.
Yeah.
Even though you're saying it's for her.
Yeah.
Right? So if it's for her, does it really matter if she finished it or did it? Because at the end of the day, you still served her, right? So that's something that I'm really trying to learn because so many times for me, I've learned the longest, even with working hard. I would work so hard that I don't give her time. And I'm like, but I'm working for you guys, you know? Is it really for her? Because then what she wants, she knows what she wants, and it has to be what she says she wants, not what I think she wants. So yeah, that's the thing. But definitely for her, it's service. Although even what you said, that it changes now and then.
Yeah,
you see,
definitely.
I think the best thing that we learned the hard way, because we've had the grace to do marriage twice to the same, to each other, you know, because we separated for some time. Then we got back together again.
Nice. Strong and better.
Stronger and better, right? So when we got back together, we decided to then talk about things like love languages, and then we realized that, oh, the first time we actually doing this whole thing wrong based on assumption and all of that, right? But even after we spoke about it, it wasn't until we did these things that we actually realized which is which, you know. And I think that's the whole thing about marriage, is really training your eye and your ear to really see and listen.
Sure.
I think that's all I can say. Really seeing, oh, when I did this, there was actually more appreciation or more happiness. So then it means that other one, you know, even though they said it, is not as effective. I think for me, I would say that's the best ring. Really training your eye and ear to see, oh, she smiled when I did that. Oh, she said thank you when I did that. So
to
maybe, you see, because as you said,
happy.
they change as well. So always be constantly just having your eye set on this person, you know, and your ear as well.
If it was poetry, we would do this.
We are learning.
Yeah. So how did you discover my love language?
And what is it?
Okay, so
Don't worry, the one's still him. Only you can do it right.
His love language is affirmation and the physical touch. Is it? Yeah, those two.
Wow.
And it was tough, you know, for me, like,
And as a sister in Christ, with the physical touch, you feel like
sister,
you're still a sister.
you understand? So it was tough. It was tough. And we learned it a hard way. We learned it a hard way. And I think our separation, Leon, I think that also a deal on our separation, because we didn't know each other from the start. And when we got married, like in your head, you're like, everything is perfect.
As long as you know how to cook, you understand, that's all you can do.
And then Maufigem Shatweni, we are like, what's happening now? Like, what's going on?
What am I doing wrong?
You understand? So, but God is good, and He's really helping us. Like in marriage, I need to relax, because like we have our whole lives together, so you don't have to rush. You have to relax and learn your partner, and don't rely on other people to help you know your partner. When you have to, you know, spend your time, look at him, like when Sanjani is in what he loves, and most of all, I think it's like giving yourself your all. When like you kungabi na that part you know, this is for
this
me.
one I'm reserving it.
But like give your all. You know. So I think
there's a say, but barata hore go ho na le di different stages in marriage.
Yeah.
There is lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
There is tough season.
Yeah.
Is it that like a formula for everyone? Because we also listened to couples who say we've been married for 25 years
Yeah.
and we never had a bad day.
Yeah.
And then they further say, not because we didn't have disagreements,
Yeah.
but because they acquired knowledge
Yeah.
upfront to know how to deal with them
Yeah.
or manage those conflicts. And then also maybe knowledge like 5 love languages and stuff like that. Do you think that thing of saying there's different stages? Because Joe and I, we feel like we're still in lovey-dovey, honestly. We haven't really hit like, we never really, and it's almost like we are being unreal when we say we never fight. We haven't really fought yet.
Yeah.
Is that true?
It's true. For me, it's very true. Well, maybe let me say what I am saying it's true, because you spoke two things. You said there are stages, but you also said you two seem like you are in one stage.
Yeah.
So which one am I saying is true? For me, I'm saying it's true to the fact that marriage can be sort of one stage. And that's why I always talk about or say to people whenever in business or whenever they make this example of, oh yeah, it's still honeymoon stage. And I say, no, I don't like that, because that is suggesting that there's honeymoon for a short season, and then after that
Going
it
forward,
must
Rabek is
be...
a-
Then after that it means after that we must expect the wilderness, and that's what it must be.
Breathe
right?
ourselves.
And for me, it's not that those things won't come, but it's how you respond that keeps you in one season. I think that's the thing.
Okay.
So challenges will always come. When you now have kids, there's you have to adjust, handle things differently, right? So I think what then gets people to move from honeymoon stage to whatever stage they think they are now in is that people are not flexible to then say, hey, let's respond differently. This requires more time. This requires more patience. You know, like recently I was talking to a couple that separated, and I was counseling them, and for a week or two during counseling, things were going so well. And then one week they're coming back to me and they say, I don't think we should even get back together again. Like, things are so tough. He did this, she did this. And I was like, that's not even the problem. That's not even the whole point. Did you think that he will never make a mistake and she will... That's not the thing. The whole thing is that you responded negatively and he responded to that particular challenge. If you had responded differently, better, you would have kept that flow.
Exactly.
You would have stayed in that.
So we must be flexible enough. When you were saying that, I'm thinking of us now. When we got married, he has his job, I had my job, which means we had 9 to 5s, and then when we meet at home, we didn't have to work on anything. So now things are changing. We now have a business. We working on that together. And now I'm taking my YouTube to the next level. Like what we're doing now, the content is changing. It's no longer entertainment. I would like to take a different route, you know. So which means we put in more effort and we're doing it in our home. So we are constantly working at this point, because we cannot afford to delegate and pay people to do what we do. So I'm learning that to say we respond to the change and then we decide what's going to work. So then recently I've been saying to him, can we start budgeting on a family vacation? And but before we met, I used to not be like an outgoing person. I used to feel like, I'm okay without holidays. But now now that this season of our lives require us to be busy. I mean, right now, usually would be with our daughter, her getting to spend time with us. But then I was saying to him, let's be intentional about having family time.
Yeah.
So I even suggested that we're gonna have a family day every month end, whereby we get to play with Ruba, get dirty with her,
Yeah.
and then there's gonna be our own outings
Yes,
where there's
yes.
no Ruba, it's just
Yes,
me and you,
yes.
and then every 3 months let's try to do getaways as a family.
Yeah.
Maybe to Devon, Mahalis,
Yeah.
of course according to how much we can afford.
Yeah.
But I'm learning that it's affirming for us to say, oh, actually, yeah, this is what we need to do. It's about being intentional
Yeah.
with making the time to be lovers again, continually be lovers again. Because when you're working together, it's easy to forget.
Yeah.
You'll think, yo, we are parents.
Yeah.
And you forget to be lovers,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I think us, especially women, especially when we have kids, we get to forget. Or,
Yeah.
Kana, I was a girlfriend
Yeah.
before even the
Yeah.
kids came.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, thanks for highlighting that one. So what can you say to young people who are about to get married? I mean, there's so many comments that are going
Yeah.
making rounds on social media, you know, really bad comments regarding marriages. Not so long ago, people were saying, hey, men these days, they just want submissive providers and stuff like that. There's just nasty comments, especially on TikTok,
Sure.
you know. It is the most powerful social media right now. Everyone is there and people are sharing their bad experiences.
Yeah.
What can you say as a word of encouragement to that single youth person?
Yeah. Well, for me, marriage is a good thing. Marriage was created with good intentions. It is like any other thing out there, you know. We can talk about grants, for example. I would hear people say, yeah, some of the mothers, they then use the money, they play cards or they buy themselves clothing, so government should stop this thing. But the intention from the government was always to save, and there are people that, you know, are really saved by that. So the fact that it's not working as it should for someone is not affirmation that thing or confirming that it's a bad thing, right? It's not defined by people's experiences. It must be defined by the intention of that particular creator or the person that initiated it. And for us, the God that initiated it to serve us, to serve his purposes. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that my mother had or did not have a good marriage, or my sister or my brother had or did not have. It's not defined by people's experiences. And I'm talking from a place where we've had bad experiences in marriage. We've separated once or twice. We fought. We were at the point where we were talking about shared custody of the kids, and she had to come and fetch the kids, and we removed them from one school and they left to Mamelodi. It was bad. But at the end of the day, that's not what defines marriage. Those are just our experiences that were because of either our lack of knowledge or our own stubbornness or whatever that might be. At the end of the day, God intended marriage and built marriage as a good thing. And for me, the best thing about marriage, I think what it offers is two things for me. One is protection. Because I don't know if I wasn't married to this woman, where would I be today in terms of, you know, maybe having so many partners that I either physically got sick or emotionally. Maybe I can protect myself physically, but emotionally maybe I would have been torn in pieces between fighting with this one, having
but committing
issues
to one spouse
has really protected me mentally, emotionally, you know, has really protected me. But the second thing for me that I can share with someone that maybe might help them is that it also provided a sense of help, you know, a sense of, hey, I need to rush to this business deal or to talk to see those people or to have this interview. Then there's someone that's helping me even beyond that to become better. Like if it wasn't for her, you know, for me, I was telling a friend of mine that I used to be very selfish and and I wouldn't beg as well to say like, okay, you want to go
And
this
it's
way.
very
Go.
mosadi wa rapelejo.
Yeah, so that was never me.
A woman
But when
must
this
beg.
woman came, I had to go over to her house. She would leave me. I would have to go and beg her to come back, and that had to humble me because I was high and like we don't beg.
I feel
here.
like God was just pruning your character.
No, but that's what marriage
Yeah.
does. I normally say with two things that there's a part of godliness that you can never achieve unless you are either married
Yeah.
or you have a child. Because now that I'm married, I begin to understand this is how Jesus feels.
Yeah.
This is how he loves me because now I when she does something and I have to forgive and I'm like, oh, Konje, that's how
God
I'm
forgave
forgiven,
you.
right?
Yes.
Then now you have a child and this child does things and then there's another department that's being built. I could be wrong, but I think there are dimensions in God that we can never understand until we really love someone else and
true.
are loved by someone.
The way we are supposed to love them.
Yeah.
Sure, that is so powerful. Before we close, the question came back. I wanted to ask about the statement that says marriage is work. Because for us, like I say, we probably in honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
So when they say marriage is work, there was a time I felt like, okay, let's be that family that bath twice a day.
Sure.
Okay, guys, don't judge us. If you're already bathing twice
Twice
a day,
yeah.
we weren't. So now I would suggest it to Joe to say, I think we must start bathing twice a day. And then, man, you have to remind him. So I would remind him, babe, don't forget to bath for the second time. Then he would go like... He'd go like, I'm tired. Baby, better marriage is work. Better marriage is work. You need to work. So, I don't know. But also, I feel like if you say it's work, like there's a certain way there's a certain tone that comes with that statement that, like out here comments, people say, yo, you guys work hard in marriage. Please miss me. So, well, what can you say about that? Because I felt like responding to the person to say, hey, it's actually nice work if you want to do the work. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. So there's this pastor, Oati, you need to work your marriage out or it will work you out. You have to work or it will work you out. And that was true.
Yeah.
That was true.
Because also love is a doing word.
It is.
You cannot just say,
It
oh,
is.
I love
It
my
is.
husband. Oh, I love my wife.
You have to put an
there's a song.
effort.
There's a song that, love is fire. You have to keep on.
Yeah.
So
Next.
I agree with my wife, and I also agree with that statement. But maybe to balance it out, there's another statement where people say, if you love your work, then you don't have to work another day.
Yeah.
And if we apply that statement to marriage, is if you are finding it so hard and toilsome, are you do you really love that thing? Do you really love marriage?
You must want.
Yeah, because there are two things. There's me loving my wife, but there's also me loving the institution of marriage.
Yes.
Some people love the other partner, but they don't love the marriage.
Yeah.
So that's where cohabiting and other things come in to say, look, I just want to be with you, but I don't want to be with you in this institution.
I don't
want to
commit.
No, that's not it, right? So if I love her, I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah.
But if I love the marriage as well, because even as much as we work on ourselves and we work on this, we must also work on the marriage, and that part of working on the marriage is learning each other's love languages,
exactly.
those type of things. But those things shouldn't be laborsome if you really love this person and you love the institution of marriage, right?
True.
Yeah. And people who play sports and they are working in sports, they don't feel like, I I have to go there again. So maybe the problem is not so much the working. Maybe the problem is that you haven't really fallen in love with this particular
person.
Yeah.
Because for me at this point, I even plan on how I'm gonna love, because I'm such a planner.
Yeah.
So then I just go like,
Why did I buy you that rugby t-shirt?
Oh, that's what you mean.
So you just keep wanting to come up with ideas on how can I love this person better.
Yeah.
And I read somewhere where they say if you focus on that, you're gonna enjoy your marriage, because it's the principle of sowing and harvesting. You cannot, reaping. You cannot reap what you did not sow.
Yes.
Sometimes when you're focusing on, I feel like when you do away with expectations and just focus on serving, you wake up every day, you want to find the best way to love. I want to love him. He loved rugby. He mentioned something. Even though, because I'm not into sports, we went out for dinner as a family, and then he was like, can we find a restaurant that has TV, there's rugby, and I was like, wow, I'm gonna buy him that t-shirt. So I thought it was World Cup that time, only to find that the lights were off, but it was like, take me a picture. So that's when I was so happy. Now I want to come up with another way to express my love. I think you must love doing the work. Do it from a place of, I just want to make my person happy.
So I loved what you said there, and it goes back to something I said that, and my wife also said about studying each other. To say, you must train your ear and your eye. You said that, he said, can we go to a restaurant where we can watch rugby? And immediately you were like, I'm going to buy him a rugby t-shirt, right? So that means your ear, it was then circumcised to hear what your husband is saying. But a lot of us in marriage are so self-focused and so self-conscious that everything is about, hey, why you want to take me to rugby? I don't even like rugby.
I'm going to be bored.
I'm going to be bored. But at that time, love is giving you clues. And you are missing the clues that love is giving you because you are so focused on self. God is so smart. He leaves clues all around us. But because we are so focused on ourselves, you miss the clues that that particular person or God is giving through them, right? So I think for me, the best lesson that I've had to learn was really to listen to my wife, and take her words, just even a joke, as if like, oh, I'm gonna note this, I need to bring this to pass. Now I'm like,
and we joke a lot. We
We
don't
joke a
necessarily.
lot,
I
but-
also give hints, jokes.
but there's a lot there that we bring to pass.
True. That is true. Sure. Thank you so much, fam. We really enjoy this. We are learning so much. Like we were telling you guys, we thought this. We were like, we just want to inspire young people. God wanted us to learn. We're really learning so much. Thank you so much for honoring the invite. We love and we appreciate you. We've come to the end of this topic. My takeaway, guys, is learn each other's love language. I can almost say obsess about learning each other's love language, and take note that they change.
Sure.
After some time, you might think, oh, my wife used to love dishes. 2 years down the road, you've got kids, you need help, you want acts of service, you need massage, you've been with the kids the whole day, you need him to affirm you that you're doing well, Constantly study your person's needs and make sure that you love them the way they want to be loved. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, comment, and share with your couple friends. And if you are new, please do subscribe. I know we are growing. We're on our road to 3,000 subscribers. Okay, guys. Cheers. Bye.
It's time for me to make tea.